Alright, back to Dice Throne, and this is going to be another character from Kaya's Mega Sonic Collection homebrew for Dice Throne. This is going to be Amy Rose, so another Sonic character, and we have a whole new set of abilities for her. We've already seen Disillusion in the Gambit kit and Radiance in the Captain Marvel kit. So those are two tokens that we've seen before, but Momentum is new and Daze is new. So first we're going to look for any passives. We don't have any. Here's set up the momentum tracker aside and set it to 0. This is the momentum tracker. It has a maximum value of 6. It's just meant to calculate how many momentum you have at the moment, because it is kind of hard to keep track. Also, these can't be stolen from you, so they're just tracked via a dial. So it's set to 0 at the beginning of the game. Your dice makeup is 1, 2, 3 are hand rolls, 4, 5 is ring, and 6 is boost. So when it comes to Amy, the thing you're going to need to know is momentum is going to be your best friend here. It is not only going to allow you to modify your dice, but also add damage to an attack. So you want momentum. And we have Daze and Radiance we'll talk about as well. So let's start with our upkeep. We don't get anything. Let's say we activate a small straight, deal 6, gain Disillusion, and gain 2 momentum. So 2 momentum, and where's Disillusion? Oh, it's right here. Okay. Disillusion, 2 momentum, and you can't use momentum on the turn you get it, so unfortunately you can't use it till next turn, but we have it. So we're going to deal 5 damage. Where is our thing? There it is. Here's our opponent from last time. Alright, so we're going to deal 5 damage to them. They'll deal 2 to us. And then on their turn, they will target us with 9 damage. So we'll roll our 4 dice for our defensive. Rolled a 6, 2 1s, and 5. So for every pair of rings, we only roll 1 ring, so we don't gain momentum. We prevent 1 damage per 6, and on 3 6s, we deal half the damage that we were dealt back on our opponent. So we're going to hit with 9 damage, we will prevent 1 damage, and take 8. Alright, so let's say on our next turn, we do Pico Propeller. So we gain Radiance, and we roll 3 dice and deal that back on our opponents for the total dice roll. Alright, so we roll 2 6s. Let's say, for the sake of things, oh, we did roll a hammer. Alright, good. So we roll 2 6s and a 2, that's 14 total damage. For every hammer rolled this way, gain momentum. So we can gain momentum here. So we have 2 momentum we can spend. So for momentum, during your ORP, you may spend 2 momentum to increase the value of any one of your dice by the amount spent. So you can spend 1 momentum to tip it upwards by 1 or downwards by 1. It already says increase. So if you spend 1 momentum, you can increase it by 1. If you spend 2 momentum, you can increase it by 2. So you can increase your dice roll of 4 to a 5 or 4 to a 6, and so on. Additionally, when you activate an attack with a 6 in it, you may spend momentum to add damage based on the amount spent. So spend 1, add 1, spend 3, add 4, spend 5, add 7, and make it undefendable. So definitely want to get to that 5. So we're going to keep our momentum for now, and we're just going to deal our 14 damage. So let's say they deal 3 to us, and we deal 14 to them. So pretty powerful attack. And let's say our main phase 2. A player with this token may spend during their main phase, so we can spend Dissolution on our main phases. So main phase 2, which comes after our roll offensive phase, we can choose a player, in this case we'll choose us, to heal or remove a negative status effect. So if we were affected with poison or burn, we remove that, or we can heal 2. Since we're not affected by anything negative, we're just going to heal 2. Alright, so let's say they attack us with 8 damage. So now we have Radiance. Radiance allows us to change a die to a 6 during our defensive roll. So let's say we roll our defensive here. Alright, we didn't get a single 6. We need 6s. Let's just say for argument's sake, we rolled 1 6. We got lucky and rolled 2 6s, but we rolled 2 hammers. So we don't need hammers, but we need 3 6s to do this special down here. So let's spend Radiance token, and we can change this die automatically to a 6. So now we have 3 6s. What do those 3 6s do? Well, you prevent 1 damage per 6s, so instead of taking 8 damage, now we're only taking 5. But we deal half that incoming damage back on the attacker, rounded up. So half of 5 is 2.5, rounded up is 3. So you're dealing 3 damage back to our opponent. So you want to use those Radiance tokens to make to try and activate this to get 3 6s out of your 4 rolled dice and deal half your attack back on opponent. Because let's say we're getting targeted with 12 damage, prevent none of that. I mean, actually we prevent 3 of that with our 6s, but that'd be 9 divided by 2, which is 4.5, rounded up is 5 damage back on our opponent, which is big. But yeah, that is that. Let's say we have Dazed here. Let's see if we can activate a thing with Dazed in it. Yeah, let's say we activate our large trait, we get Disillusion again, we inflict Dazed on our opponent. So they get inflicted with Dazed. And deal 2 undefendable damage, then set your momentum die equal to the number of cards in your hand. Let's say we have 5 in our hand, so we're going to send it to 5, and we're going to deal 2 undefendable damage. Alright, so now we have 5 momentum. So next turn, we can make a super attack. But first, our opponent is going to roll their offensive dice. So what does Dazed do? Basically means whenever they roll every roll attempt after their first roll attempt during their offensive roll phase, they have to keep 1 or 2s. They can't re-roll 1 or 2. So let's say they begin their roll phase. Yes. So they didn't roll a single 3 or 4. In fact, I don't think they're going to get any. Oh, they can't re-roll this. So they can't re-roll this. So they have to keep this. They would probably just activate. If they were Amy, they would activate Amy Dash with those 4 6s, because that's a lucky thing to draw on your first one. But they can't reroll this too, because they have Dazed. So they would just remove this token at the end of their OP and activate Amy Dash, because they rolled their 4 6s. But they can't reroll a 1 or 2 if they get it. So Dazed may be powerful, but in that case, that's an extremely lucky roll to roll 4 6s on your first time. So it didn't do that much effect that time. We do have Disillusion, so let's say they attack us with 10 damage, we do nothing. We maybe gain 1 momentum from that attack. But now it's our turn. Let's do Disillusion. Let's heal ourselves by 2. And then let's say we activate this. Gain Radiance and roll 3 dice. So we're going to roll 3 dice. That's going to be a big attack. That's 6, 12, 15. That's 15 damage. And we also rolled a thing, so we can gain momentum, but we already have max 6. But we're going to spend 5 momentum to add 7 damage and make this attack undefendable. So instead of this dealing 15 defendable damage, now it's going to be 22 undefendable damage, which is going to get them all the way down to 4 health. Powerful attack. Powerful build-up. Momentum is your best friend, as always. You want to stack this up. Again, you can't use it during the turn you get it, but you can stack it up for your next attack. Disillusion heals you, or you cleanse an effect for free. Dazed hinders your opponent. And Radiance, you can try and get your 3 6s to deal half back when being attacked by an opponent. So yeah, that's Amy Rose. That's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, remember to like if you liked, dislike if you don't, subscribe down below if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys with the next hero. Toodaloo!